I realized that bad and disappointing experiences can also be your medicine. How a retreat ending so poorly is ultimately what I needed to point me into the right direction towards truth. The path the soul goes on to remember why it came to earth in this body to do truly is a journey. And as we know with most journeys, as we've read and heard of in most famous literary fictions, they are packed full of trials, transformations, and revelations. It was something that our distant ancestors made sure that the entire community was made aware and came together for in ritual such as initiation or rites of passage, so to bring ease and support to a journey that already feels confusing and isolating. I feel that we've completely lost the plot on medicinal healing and wellness retreats and what actually makes someone qualified. These retreats have turned into full-on cash grabs instead of actually focusing on an individual soul's need. These leaders, facilitators, or gurus aren't actually called to do this work. They haven't consulted with their ancestors and spirits in ritual to be revealed of their true calling. Instead, they copy what the next person is doing and slapping a one-size-fits-all model on every service they offer. They portray themselves as someone who can offer help when in reality they're just as lost, scared, and insecure. When they are faced with a client who's a special case, those burdened emotions come to surface. When the one-size-fits-all model is exposed as unuseful, the client is then seen as the problem, instead as the answer to what needs to be rectified. In the book of Water and the Spirit by Malidoma Patrice Tomei, there was a horrible tragedy that occurred to the main character, Malidoma. He was taken from his village as a young boy in Dano, Burkina Faso, and was forced to stay in a seminary to unlearn the ways of his people to now learn the ways of his oppressor. When he finally escaped, 15 years have passed. He arrived back to his village realizing he had forgotten his ancestral tongue and also realizing how much he felt as a stranger. His community of elders, realizing how this could damage one's soul, decided it was best for Malidoma to go through a ceremony, initiation, to get him back on track. A ceremony and ritual he should have gone through years ago, but it is always better late than never. Reading this book has made me realize how we continue to get it wrong in the West. Most of the things we go through cannot be done alone without the presence of spirit. In the book, Malidoma's community of elders communed with the ancestors to find ways to adapt and support Malidoma's soul journey. They took their feelings and emotions out of the situation because they realized overall what was important is to give Malidoma the tools he needed to be successful. Here in the West, there isn't a true community or chosen elders. Just a bunch of people with superiority complexes who allow their ego and insecurities to get in the way. They refuse to see the entire picture and purpose of healing, ritual, and ceremony because their goal is notoriety, not helping an individual's success. Because if they truly help someone, they fear that the person's purpose getting them closer to their goal or actually achieving their goal will have them no longer subscribe to their subscription plan. My ayahuasca retreat was a complete disappointment. But I realize there is medicine even in bad and disappointing experiences. Sometimes going through these painful things push us in the path towards truth. These mentors, teachers, gurus, and facilitators do not have the answers. Only our individual selves do. And none of these people that are platformed are good leaders. If they cannot give you the tools to lead you back to yourselves and support you, and ultimately remembering who you are and what you came to do, then please call them out. They cannot help you if they have not helped themselves first. And it should not cost thousands and thousands of dollars to initiate into priesthood. Most of these people are not chosen. They only have the funds that qualified them. This is why young women such as I continue to be abused in traditional practices that were once sacred because there is no real tradition or order being upheld. There is a reckoning happening where those in power will be exposed and those that are chosen will bring back the ways and traditions of the ancestors in spirit. Because there is an unbalance between earth and spirit, and we need those brave souls to stand up against the machine and to finally bring back harmony to the systems that once supported, nourished, and genuinely healed us. And I will continue to be the mouthpiece for the unheard and chosen few until real change and transformation has begun in the ways we handle individuals' soul journey.